Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and oh man, well, I have waited a good long time to actually talk about this movie right about now, and trust me when I say that the wait for this movie is absolutely worth it right about now. So yeah, I guess I kind of figure that this would be something that I would do for sure. And yeah, I wish I could have actually gotten to it a bit earlier right about now, but I've actually thought now would be the appropriate time for me to talk about this movie right about now. And trust me when I say there's a lot to talk about for sure. So yeah, I guess I would probably go for exactly that. All right. So yeah, I guess right about now, I think pretty much if you have recalling, of course, some of my thoughts videos that I did in the past, I think I actually did hit on a certain movie that I'm catching up onto right about now that I've been meaning to, of course, see for sure. Though to be fair, I don't think I actually mentioned that, but I definitely can't say this right about now, and I think this business card I actually picked up can actually help out with that. So yeah, I guess if you couldn't recall right about now, I've of course got this business card from Crown City Cinemas, which oddly enough I actually did go there once again. So yeah, I guess if anything, this is I guess it's actually quite nice to of course go back there again to of course see a movie, seeing of how pretty much the majority of movie theaters are of course scheduled to be reopened very, very soon, to which I'm very excited for, but I guess, believe it or not, there's only one major difference that I definitely can say for sure. I didn't book a reservation to actually see this movie that I'm going to be talking about, no. They actually opened up general admission just so that I can go see this movie. So yeah, oddly enough, that is actually something that I haven't done in quite a long time for sure. And sure, don't get me wrong, the pandemic is still going on, the virus is still out there, and I have to, of course, wear a mask and keep my social distance. I understand that, especially seeing of how I've been fully vaccinated not too long ago, which I still think is absolutely worth it, but regardless on that, I think that actually does show is, of course, good progress that will eventually get back to normal, to which we were in before this pandemic actually hit. And yeah, even to this day, I am still blaming COVID-19 or coronavirus or whatever you call it nowadays for of course, all this crap that we've been getting all throughout last year for sure. So, but beside the point, I think I kind of figure I will go ahead and talk about this movie right about now, seeing how it is officially out right about now. So yeah, and I guess the only question remains, what movie did I actually go see in light of course, what I actually just said? Well, oddly enough, let me answer that question with another sort of with another question that I might as well ask you. Are you up for seeing a full-length feature film where, of course, a Japanese monster takes on a gigantic gorilla? I guess you can already figure out the puzzle pieces by what I just said, so yeah, but in case you actually missed out on that, today's movie I'm going to be officially talking about is none other than Godzilla vs. Kong. So yeah, I guess that is of course what I thought I would talk about, and yes, oddly enough, seeing of how it has been out for a couple weeks now, I've officially seen it over at Crown City Cinemas, which yeah, that's actually something I've been wanting to do for some time now, and I know I wish I would have gotten to it earlier for sure, but let's just say something's got in the way for sure, and probably something's set me back a bit, but hey, I did manage to go see it right about now, and I'm fully ready to, of course, give you my full-on thoughts about it, so But beforehand, I think I should probably get some things out for sure. And yeah, seeing how the title of the movie is, of course, Godzilla vs. Kong, you actually do know the two big, gigantic movie monsters all throughout the past several decades, those being Godzilla and King Kong. So yeah, even though I am a bit out of place on, of course, these two, I do know those names in particular. I do know exactly what Godzilla is, and I do know who King Kong is. So yeah, one is, of course, probably the most iconic movie monster from Japan, which spawned in numerous amount of movies for sure. And of course, I do know who. Yeah, I am quite familiar with, of course, King Kong, with the movies that we got for sure, ranging from, of course, the one from the 30s, or even, yeah, the one from the 30s, and numerous amount of remakes, including the Peter Jackson version by far. So yeah, even though I am a bit out of place on, of course, these two movie monsters, I do know the names of those two hands down. So yeah, and there's no denying on that front that these two are, of course, icons when it comes to gigantic movie monsters for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much one thing I should get out for sure. Alright. And while we're at it, believe it or not, this is not your typical versus movie by far. Well, I mean, granted, it is a somewhat of a your typical versus movie for sure. But oddly enough, I did manage to do some research way before this movie came out, and this is, of course, the latest installment in an ongoing movie universe that's set up by the production company that made this movie, Legendary Pictures, to which they actually called their movie universe known only as the Monsterverse, which I have to say is a badass name by far. And yeah, I guess seeing how I am going to be talking about this movie, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the first three movies real quick, just to get that out there. First of all is, of course, the 2014 Godzilla movie that I should talk about. And for those who are wondering, I actually got a chance to see it when I picked it up on DVD, along probably in, of course, one 2-movie collection, to which the other movie that comes along with it was Pacific Rim. And trust me when I say Pacific Rim is, of course, another story for another day. But to get that out there with, of course, the 2014 Godzilla movie I actually watched, I thought it was pretty good. I thought visually it looks pretty impressive. It is incredibly action-packed. Though I guess my big gripe is, of course, the characters are a bit uninteresting, and there's little to no Godzilla for, of course, what it's trying to do. But regardless on that, I still think it's actually a really good movie nevertheless. I think it's actually a really good monster movie that's actually worth 2.5 hours of your time. So yeah, there's actually that, and of course that came out, and of course the next movie that came out afterwards, which is Kong Skull Island, which is, of course, another take on, of course, King Kong for sure, and that one I have to say is also pretty good. I actually thought, yeah, well, once again, visually it looks really impressive. I really adore on how action-packed it is, and I am actually all for an incredible new take on King Kong, and with, of course, what I actually saw in that movie, it really did stand out a whole lot. Yeah. So yeah, much like how I felt about the 2014 Godzilla movie, I actually really enjoyed, yeah, I really enjoyed Kong Skull Island for sure. So yeah, and of course, the movie that we got afterwards, which is, of course, the sequel to the former that I mentioned, which is Godzilla King of the Monsters. Again, it did deliver on, of course, what I actually promised, like, of course, Godzilla and, of course, a bunch of monsters for sure, just to name a few. But I think, to me, it was okay by far. I mean, not really that good, not bad, just a decent flick in my opinion. But still, it actually did deliver on, of course, what it's trying to do as a regular old gigantic monster movie by far. So yeah, that's actually pretty much on how I felt on, of course, the first 3 films in the Monsterverse right about now, just to get that out there. So So, yeah, glad I finally got that out of my chest. Alrighty. So yeah, now that I've officially talked about the first three movies right about now, I can, of course, go ahead and talk about this movie right about now, seeing of how I did officially see it on the big screen. Yeah, again, I wish I could have actually done that earlier for sure, but I was kind of late to the party, and of course I had some catching up to do before this movie came out, But regardless on that, the movie finally came out not too long ago, and I did get the opportunity to go see it for sure, and now that I've officially saw the movie right about now, I guess the only question remains, what do I think of this one? Well, I guess for what it is, I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like this movie, yeah. So yeah, I guess with, of course, what it's actually give it to me right about now with, of course, excuse me, I think with, of course, what this movie is actually given to me right about now, and seeing how the title of the movie, again, is Godzilla vs. Kong, it did deliver what he actually promised, though, sure, there may be some parts of it that we have to sit through before we can actually get right on to the great stuff, but for what it is, I think this movie actually did a really good job with what it's trying to do. I mean, true, it's not really that great in my opinion, but I still enjoyed this movie nevertheless, so yeah, I guess for what it is, I actually really do like this movie. Alright. So, yeah, now that I've officially talked about what I actually thought about it, I guess the only question remains, why do I think it's a pretty good movie? Well, I think I might as well answer that by, of course, talking about everything, everything that I need to talk about by far. First of all is mainly the story for, of course, this movie, and I guess for what it is, right about now, I think it really did set up as a really good storyline for a really good versus movie by far. I think with, of course, everything that we've actually set up for sure on pretty much everything from, of course, setting up everything that happened in the previous movies that we got before to, of course, where we are right now, to eventually leading up to, of course, the two finally fighting each other. I say the story for, of course, this movie is actually really well planned out for sure, and I just really love the way how well crafted it actually turned out. And I mean, granted, some parts of it could have been a big adjusting a whole lot, and even some parts of it is actually kind of slow in my opinion, but I think I will have to say it really did an incredible job setting up the story for, of course, this movie by far. I think with, of course, everything that I've actually seen in this movie actually did deliver on, of course, what it's actually trying to do for sure. And of course, they actually did probably... yeah, I think they actually did put some pinpoints on, of course, some really incredible build-ups leading up to the two fighting each other, and I have to say that is actually really well done. I really like the way on how well this movie actually pinpointed some bullet points by far, just to of course get to the big epic battles that we've been hoping for. So yeah, I guess with what it is, I say the story for, of course, this movie, for while not great in my opinion, I still say it's actually really well crafted by far. And plus, not only that, I think I do have to say the writing, I have to say, again, is actually pretty good. But I mean, sure, some parts of it could have been cut out, or of course, been rewritten a whole lot. But at the very least, it actually did deliver on, of course, what it's actually giving us. And I really like the way on how well it actually turned out for sure. So yeah, much like how I felt about the story for, of course, this movie, I do think the writing on this one, again, not great in my opinion, but I do think it's actually really well crafted nevertheless. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say. Alright. So yeah, now that I've officially talked about the story and the writing, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about everything else that I should say. Pretty much for what I have to say pretty much the actors, I have to say, to, of course, play all the characters in this movie. And trust me, I'll get to the characters sometime later. I do have to say they do pull off some pretty good performances right about now. And of course, I think I will say we probably got a couple from, of course, Godzilla King of the Monsters that we got before that, of course, return into this one. Though it is such a shame that we didn't get some of the other ones that we got in the first two MonsterVerse movies. But hey, I guess for what they are, I do have to say the actors they picked for, of course, this movie right about now, they actually did pull off some pretty good performances right about now. And I think with, of course, with their incredible delivery with what they're trying to do, again, not perfect for what it is actually still good nevertheless. And yeah, I think yeah, and I guess for what it is, I think, again, maybe some parts of it could have actually gone for another take to, of course, be a little bit better than what they're trying to do. But I guess for what it is, I think they still pull off some pretty good performances for what they're actually giving us for sure. So yeah, and of course, I think one other thing I should say right about now, seeing of how I did mention Godzilla and King Kong, you would expect that that the film would actually deliver some really great visuals by far, and you'd be right on that one because, yeah, pretty much the visuals and the effects in this movie is actually really well done. I think with, of course, everything I've seen with, of course, the way the pretty much the backgrounds and the scenery actually look to, of course, the full-on designs of course, again, Godzilla and King Kong, it actually is incredibly well done, and with, yeah, and of course done with some really great CGI for sure. So yeah, I think with all that, you can actually definitely see the, probably the rocky hardness, of course, yeah, on top of the scales of course, Godzilla himself, to, of course, the incredible fur and skin textures from, of course, King Kong for sure. So yeah, and of course, I actually really love the way on how well things are actually worked to scale by far. And yeah, and of course, from what I'm seeing, I think for, of course, what it is, since I mentioned Godzilla and King Kong, you would expect that they would be massively big, and you'd be right on that one because yeah, I actually really love the way on how things are actually done to, yeah, on how well they're done to scale by far. In fact, when you really look at this movie for sure, you would definitely see that it actually did deliver on, of course, the giant monsters portion for this, well, giant monster movie, as of course, believe it or not, yeah, pretty much of those who are not fully aware or, of course, familiar with Godzilla and King Kong, they're about the size as, let's say, well, a really, really tall skyscraper by far. And yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm seeing, I really love the way on how well they actually turned out. I think they didn't mix it up a bit with the scales by far. No, they actually kept these two giant monsters as they are, just big and gigantic for sure. And I really like the way it actually turned out. That is actually one of the main reasons why the visuals and the effects in this movie really stand out, in my opinion. I think it's actually really fantastic for, of course, what it's trying to do, and this movie did deliver on, of course, what it's actually been giving us. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. But that's not the only thing that I should mention for sure. I think one other thing I should mention is that the action scenes in this movie, or particularly pretty much all the fight scenes that actually happen in this movie, they're really well done. I really love on how well it's actually turned out in terms of the film's action. Like, of course, for this movie to actually be called Godzilla vs. Kong, you would expect, of course, well, Godzilla and King Kong fight each other for sure, and that, I will say, you are definitely correct, because when it actually when it actually does give us Godzilla and King Kong fighting each other, it is incredibly well done, and And I guess it almost did kind of give me a bit of a scenario that if this pandemic didn't happen in the first place, I would have expected to see a whole movie theater packed with Godzilla and King Kong fans, with, of course, one side rooting for Godzilla and the other side rooting for King Kong, and trying to figure out who would win that fight for sure. So yeah, now that the pandemic has officially happened, it seems very unlikely, but I can still definitely see that happening for sure, so... But yeah, I think with, of course, what it's actually been giving us, all the action scenes, especially the fight scenes that we actually got, again, with Godzilla and King Kong fighting each other, it is incredible, and it really did deliver what has been given to us, though. I will say there is a third opponent that actually comes in later on in this movie, but I'm not telling you which one. Oh, no. Yeah, that would pretty much give away spoilers for this movie, and I am not going to tell you what third opponent actually came into this epic battle, so yeah. So yeah, and of course, if for any of all of those, I guess to any of you guys out there that really want me to say what the third opponent is that actually came in, well, pretty much all I can say on that is no. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I can say on that. And of course, I will have to say, pretty much going back on topic, the direction for this movie, and in fact, I think believe it or not, I actually dig, I think I should point this out. This film is, in fact, directed by Adam Wingard, and I think with what I'm seeing, I think he's pulled off some pretty good direction on, of course, this movie for sure. I really love on how well directed this movie is, and with, of course, Adam Wingard actually helming as a director for this movie. He actually did give out some pretty good direction for, of course, this one. It really did stand out for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say. And plus, I really love on how well shot this movie is, with some really good cinematography, and I really love on how well scored the music is, and I really love on how incredible the editing is. It's not only crisp and clean, but also very fast-paced, and of course, actually, oh man, how do I put this? It actually did fit in well with, of course, the tone, the atmosphere, and the style, and of course, with what we're seeing in this movie by far, I think there was never one moment where, of course, it's completely out of place right about now. No, they actually kept it incredibly fast-paced and fully focused on what it's actually trying to do, So, yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can say on that, and I guess with all those combined, I think it does answer the question why I actually really like it. Alright. So, yeah, I guess it pretty much answered the question on why I actually really like this movie. Though, I think I will have to admit, if there's one thing that I can say that I think is actually a major issue with this movie. In fact, I know I actually did say this earlier, is that for while I actually really do like the actors pulling off some pretty good performances in this movie, the characters, I have to say, that they're portraying right about now, they just seemed kind of a bit undeveloped, and of course very uninteresting for what they are. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm seeing, for while I do give the actors credit for giving off some pretty good performances, the characters that they're actually portraying right about now do feel very flat for the most part. I think it's almost like they're actually probably doing their best to, well, not be awful, but not be interesting either. So yeah, that's actually probably the main issue I have to say with, of course, this movie, though I guess it could have been done a whole lot better if they could be more interesting, and of course, not to mention, could be way more developed with, of course, what it's trying to do. But I think the movie actually doesn't care about it one big, and just wanting us to get to the cool stuff much faster than we thought it would. And even when we wanted the movie to do exactly that, I think it almost like we're looking at our watches. My God, how long is it gonna take? We want to get to the cool stuff right now. So yeah, that's actually the one major issue I have with that movie. Though I think I will have to say, the little girl in this movie that doesn't talk, but mainly communicates through sign language that is under the care of King Kong, she actually gets a free pass. I actually really do like her a whole lot for sure. So yeah, that's actually the one character I have to say is actually the most likable in my opinion. Just saying, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say for sure, but that doesn't hurt what I actually felt about this movie overall. So yeah, I guess overall, what else can I say right about now? I am really glad I finally got to see Godzilla vs. Kong, and for what it is, I think this movie is incredibly well done, and I do think it's actually a pretty good one by far. So yeah, again, it's not really great in my opinion, but I do think it's actually a really fun watch for, of course, what it is. Yeah, and again, I think the characters could have been done a whole lot more interesting by far, but the rest I have to say from, of course, the story, the writing, the effects, the actors, and even the action, and everything else that I need to say about this one, I think it actually is a good one, nevertheless, and even some of the cool stuff that we actually got, again, with Godzilla and King Kong fighting each other, I will have to say that is definitely kick-ass all the way, so yeah. I guess for what it is, I actually do recommend this movie by far. Again, it's not really perfect by all means, nor is it even a really great movie in my opinion, but I do think it's actually a really good one that's actually well worth checking out. So yeah, if you are quite curious to, of course, if you are quite curious to see it for yourself, then, well, you can definitely see on the big screen right about now, like, again, I just did, for sure, or if you want to see it at the comfort, yeah, or if, of course, you want to see it at the comfort of your home, then don't worry about a thing. HBO Max has got you covered, as, of course, the movie is currently available on that streaming service right about now, so yeah, whichever one of those two you prefer, definitely see this movie for yourself. Again, not great in my opinion, but I do think it's actually a really good one nevertheless. So yeah, for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Again, it's not really one of the best movies I've actually seen by far, or even this year, quite frankly, but I do think it's actually a pretty good one that's actually worth your time checking out. So yeah, if you got the time, then definitely see this movie for yourself. And trust me when I say, when you get to, of course, see Godzilla and King Kong fight each other, I think it's definitely the best part that you definitely don't want to miss for sure. So yeah, definitely take it for what it's worth, and, well, see it for yourself. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Godzilla vs. Kong and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future, but we shall definitely wait and see. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me with every single thing that I put up. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to see more videos like this coming up very, very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video right by now, and phew, man, it feels great to finally get myself caught up and actually see this movie right about now. So So yeah, and of course, I do have some time to, of course, see the next movie that I want to see on the big screen sometime pretty soon. But again, we shall definitely have to wait and see when the time is right, as I do have a good number of them by far. But I guess until then, I'll definitely keep you guys up to date on, of course, will be going on for sure. So yeah, I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, nearly messed up there. But yeah, as of course, always, I'll definitely see you in the next video. And I realize I was originally going to end this with me doing the Godzilla roar, but apparently some technical problems have occurred, so I will not be doing that. So yeah, such a shame, but nevertheless, I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. Take care.